Project Management Insights, providing project managers with professional development in the interpersonal skills areas of leadership, team building, and communication. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Project Management Insights. Technology, we all know these days that we have this feeling or sense that we can't live without technology. And yet technology, there's so many technology options out there, so many tools, so many online things or applications for us to help us manage our project. We can have a system that creates boards and task lists that can be shared amongst the team. We have tools, online tools for collaboration and chatting with people. We have applications for reporting. We have applications for tracking timelines and tasks and task allocation that we can allocate to people. We have our email inboxes where we communicate, if that's what you want to call it, with people. These days, our life tends to be ruled by these applications. And what I'm going to tell you, or what I'm going to say, from my view, my perspective is, these tools aren't enough to manage a project. How many people do you know that have an inbox full of unread emails? And I'm talking about project team members. I can tell you that the number of projects that I've been on where I've sent important email messages out and they've remained unread by key people in the project team who I wanted a response from, it's phenomenal. You go and you catch up with them because you haven't had a response, and then, I haven't read my emails, I haven't checked my emails in 4 days, and they have something like, 200, 300, 400 unread emails. The key, the point that I'm making is this: technology is only as good as the users. And when you use technology, there's that possibility that people don't read, people don't interact with it, that your team members misinterpret what you say, that you don't give them all the information that they need in order to do what they need. And they're so busy that it's easy for them to ignore an online message or an online piece of information because it's just there and they can quickly walk away from it. Whereas if you walk up to someone or arrange to have a meeting with someone, they're right there with you. There's no escaping. And I know that sounds terrible at one level, and yet the amount of success that I've had from having these personal interactions where I've needed an answer, I've needed information, I've needed a response, it's worked because I've gone and had a 5-minute one-on-one personal, in-person interaction and conversation. And it's no different to having brainstorming sessions with your team when you've got a problem or an issue that you want resolved. You send out an email, nobody reads it. You put a post up on your wiki or your communication tool, you get one response. It's not from the person with the most knowledge. There's limitations to the use of technology. Whereas you get the 5 key people that you need in a room with a whiteboard. You have a whiteboard brainstorming session. Guess what? Everyone walks out of the room on the same page. You have a solution or a possible solution that can be worked through. You have action tasks set out because everyone's hearing it, everyone's understanding what it is that you want them to do. These in-person interactions are the ones that make projects successful. Don't fall into the trap of using only technology to manage your project. It is the biggest, or one of the biggest things that's going to add to your cross of failure. It doesn't work. So consider next time when you are thinking about sending an email message or when you are thinking about sending a broadcast, is there a smarter, easier, more personal, and I'm going to say personal in terms of one-on-one, face-to-face interaction that you can have that might solve or resolve whatever it is that you're wanting to do, even if it's passing on information, that might have that happen in a quicker, more efficient, more effective way. And I think this is the thing. We think that sending an email is effective. Well, I can tell you now, it's not. Because if the key people don't read it, guess what? You have to then do follow-up and more follow-up and more follow-up. And it's taking you more time. Whereas you have a phone conversation, you have a one-on-one meeting, you have an in-person group get together. You are getting the resolution in a faster, more effective way than using all of this modern technology. And yes, I use the word modern because these days there's an app for everything. Well, there's an application for everything. There's an online tool for everything. There's a cloud-based whatever for everything that you can pretty much think of. And great, in some instances they do make life easier, and in other instances, I'm going to say they make your life and your work and your tasks harder, and it's going to take you more time to get resolution. So be smart and go and have those in-person, more effective conversations, discussions, brainstorming sessions. Don't rely on technology as the only method to manage your project. It's not going to be the best outcome in terms of your scope, your timelines, your deliverables, which ultimately ends up back in your budget box. It's not going to work and effectively help and contribute to effective outcome for your project. Be people-focused, be people-based, be personable, one-on-one, in-person or groups. That's what's going to work. All right, till next week. Have a great week managing your projects. Remember, if you need any topics covered, send me a message. Like, follow, subscribe, share Project Management Insights podcast. And I will talk to you again next week for another episode of Project Management Insights. Thank you for listening to this Project Management Insights podcast. Be sure to visit projectmanagementinsight.com and sign up for our monthly newsletter or to receive updates on upcoming training.